Hello, everyone. Welcome to Money, Markets, and Motivation. And our word of the day is pervicacity. Pervicacity, obsolete, obstinacy, and pervicaciousness. So that is our word of the day. Let us go over to our heat map. It's mostly a chill map today. NVIDIA is up. We've got a couple of other semiconductors up. Wells Fargo is up. Google is up. Netflix and Tesla are up. Some of the oil companies, oil and gas exploration are up. And so that's kind of the story there. And it's a pretty chillish, I'm not sure if chillish is a word, but pretty chilly out there in the land of crypto. Look at Bitcoin. Some people think it's going to go down below 100,000. It has gone from 124,000 down to 109,000. So the selling pressure remains strong. Ethereum is doing better, but it was up around 4,800, and now it is selling off as well. So that is a story right there. Some people are calling for a big crash in the market. So I just want to show you a place that is pretty secure. So this goes up when the market goes up and does not go down when the market goes down. So in 2008, when the market went down 54%, this was a good place to put your money. If you think that the market is going to crash, as many people are saying, this is a good place to put your money. Beats index investing by about 5% per year. People talk about the cost of annuities. Some of those costs are in variable annuities, but in fixed index annuities, the cost of losing money in the markets when things go down, and there's no guarantee that they'll come back up. Some people are saying a 10-year chill factor where the market really doesn't go anywhere for 10 years. So those are all risks that are out there. And if you want to learn more about this product, please connect with me. So now we are going to go to our charts. So this is Apple. Apple is still doing pretty well. Did pull back slightly today. Let's look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ pulls back slightly today, 0.29%. Here's the equal weight in the NASDAQ, taking out the big cap tech leaders and making everybody move even. It's not heavily weighted like the QQQ. And this is down 0.79%. The S&P 500 still looks like we're in a power trend, pulls back to the 10-day moving average. And the equal weight in the RSP, just barely in a power trend, pulls back to the bottom of the pivot zone. IWM, the Russell 2000, pulls back a little over 1%. And the Dow Jones pulls back 0.78%. Let's go to the VIX. The VIX is reverse correlated to the S&P 500. So if the S&P 500 went down, the VIX went up, and it did. It's up 4% today. Move my chart down a little further. Let's go take a look at the bonds. And we got a little move in the bond, 10-year treasuries up 0.35%. This is a 20-year treasury bond, down 0.29%. And the yield on the 20-year treasury is up 0.33% at 3.6%. So that is a story there. Let's go look at some of the sub-indexes. Financials, pulling back 0.58%. See what Wells Fargo was one of the leaders today. It pops up to a little over 80. Take a look at KBWB. It's holding in a lot stronger than EXLF. Here's energy. Energy continued up 0.26%. Here for a long time, aerospace and defense was leading. It's hanging right along the 20-day moving average, down 0.23%. Communications is actually up. Take a look at Meta. Holding steady at the 20-day. Google is up 1.18%. Real estate pulling back. Home builders slightly pulls back. Metals and mining gets a little bit of a bounce at 0.65%. Building materials pulls back about a little over 0.5%. Consumer staples, wow, they really dive. Down 1.71%. Consumer discretionary with Tesla and Amazon. Tesla was up nearly 2% today. Airlines pulling back, down 1.68%. Semiconductors holding steady. Video is up. We have infrastructure. Road actually was up in infrastructure, up 0.43%. And technology rests on its 20-day. Software pulls back 0.72%. And to look at our biotech. Wow, biotech dives below the slices through the 10-day moving average. Same with the other biotech. Now let's see what was moving on the markets today, where the big money was flowing. Wilden Group gaps up. Civil engineering, building safety, kind of in the infrastructure area. Higher volume than yesterday. That's a good sign. Roblox gaps up. Pretty strong volume, up 6.2% today. Magnite gets into the pivot zone. Wynn Resorts, look at that volume. Up 3.54%. Pretty good move there. Looks like they are in the power zone. Let's just go back. Yeah, they are in the power zone. The 10-day is above the 20. 20 is above the 50, and the 50 is above the 200. It is a little stretch from where you would want to buy right now, but that is the story. Magnite. Magnite is not in the power zone. But WLDN is definitely in the power zone. We see this 10-day moving average moving on up. Tower Semiconductor. Wow, moves into the profit zone. Earnings are supposed to be up 28% next year. Looks like it could slightly be, it was in the power zone, but then it pulled all the way back to the 50-day moving average. We got a gap up here, pulled back under the 10 and 20, so it's been kind of volatile. But that is the story with Tower Semiconductors. Dutch Brothers Coffee got a pretty nice move today, up 6.29%. Look at that volume. Greater than yesterday. And that was it. Only 6 items on the list today. I'm going to go look at something we put on earlier this week. Tim got a bunch of selling today after pretty strong volume on the up here. So we'll have to continue to watch that one. So that may be all of our chart reading for today. We could take a look at a few of the items on the relative strength line blue dot. We looked at Magnite already. LSI Industries is pulling back after a strong move up here. But it does look like it's still in the power zone. 10 is above the 20, 20 is above the 50. No, this is a 200 line, so that will knock it out of the power zone. Vertex. Building the right side of the base here, had a pretty strong move yesterday. Huge volume. Selling volume was pretty low. That's what you want to see when stock pulls back. Pretty light selling volume. Wan Bao, China-based company offering leading technology-driven online insurance. Had a pretty strong move up 8.5% today. See if it can break out here. $31.10 would be the pivot. Shoulder Innovations. Commercial stage medical technology. This is a recent IPO. So we'll just have to see if this is an IPO base. Looks like it could possibly have broken out today, but these are pretty volatile, as you can see. So that is all of our technical analysis today. just a little further analysis on this. IPO bases are generally 16 to 25 days in formation. And a lot of times they do fail. So that's something to keep your eye out. And then you kind of look for the first stage institutional base when they look under the covers and try to find if this is a good investable company right here. So that is a story there. Now we are going to our quote of the day. Quote of the day comes from Israel Englander. He was a hedge fund leader. It is not about initial investment. It is about maintenance of investment. So that is how we end our show today. If you can go out there and help your fellow man, please do so. There's a lot of people hurting out there, and let's work together to make this a better place to live. And this is Money, Markets, and Motivation with Mike. Have a great evening.